Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemeyer Games, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite mechanism in Emerald Skulls, which I recently got from Thunderworks Games from their Kickstarter campaign. And we had a lot of fun playing it. What did we play it? 3 players, I believe? Maybe no, 4 players. We played a 4-player game. This is kind of a craps-style betting game set in the world of Ulos that Thunderworks Games has leaned heavily into. It involves dice rolling as you are placing dice on this skull, and while you're in the act of rolling dice, other players can use their nice screen printed wooden chips to bet on the outcome of the dice roll. So very similar well, it is kind of a similar format to craps, but in a very different game, the casino game craps. My favorite mechanism in the game is that there are certain goals that look a little complicated. They actually aren't that complicated, but they look a little complicated. There's certain goals, things that you can bet on that encourage the player who's rolling dice to push their luck a little bit, and it encourages the other people to cheer them on as they push their luck. These are my favorite goals in the game because they involve both parties. There's a reason for both parties to root for the same thing here, even in this competitive game. So, for example, this one says that the Grim Grin says that if you manage to run out with only teeth, I want to explain what that means. There's certain goals in the game that you're pursuing. But if you manage to pursue this specific goal, run out with only teeth, this is a certain place where you can place your dice on that skull that I just showed you, then you get 3 points for every one of these dice that you have on the teeth. There's another die face that you can also place there, but those are 2 of the dice that you can place there. So this is a fairly difficult goal to pull off. So if you do it, you get 3 points for each one of those dice. And then every player who bet on it, depending on when they bet, they'll either get 5 points, 3 points, or 2 points. So there's a reason for you to push your luck and try to get this goal. There's also a reason for players, as they are seeing you do this, to try to bet on your ability to accomplish it. There's a similar goal, although a very, very difficult one, called the Emerald Skull. That's the name of the game. Double out with a full skull. So this is fill the skull with all the dice. You need to have paid heavily to do this, to even have access to all these dice, and you manage to do it. You get 30 points if you pull it off. Everyone who is betting on this is rooting for you to do this as you do so. 10 points, 8 points, 5 points depending on when you bet. This one is a lot of fun because you can decide to bet early on it, and if the bets kind of influence the dice rolls, because if I bet on it, then I'm almost encouraging you to either go for it if you are excited about that bet, or to not go for it. There's just this nice dichotomy between what the player who is rolling the dice wants and what the players who are betting also want. And I like when it comes together on these same cards, because there are other cards in the game that only benefit the players who are betting. So you can see this one is not purple, this one is purple. The color difference says that this one really only benefits the people who are betting, not the person who is rolling. The person who's rolling is just getting default points if they do one of those things. So yeah, this is my favorite mechanism in the game, when the person who is rolling the dice has connected incentives to the people who are also betting, because then you feel like you're all in it together and you're cheering for the rolls. The person who's rolling is also trying to get you really excited about the possibility of hitting something big. I really, really like that aspect of Emerald Skulls. So yeah, that's my favorite mechanism. Let me know if you have a different favorite mechanism, or if you like that mechanism in Emerald Skulls, or if you can think of another kind of craps-like game. The other games that come to mind like this are Mlem and Celestia. These are craps-like games that have that sense of excitement when someone else is rolling the dice and you have these combined incentives. Yeah, let me know if you can think of anything else like that, any other games like that, for the comments below. Thanks.